Welcome to the Village Planning Board of the Village of West Hampton Beach. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Probably gonna give Marcus a little more time to materialize. No?
He asked if I was coming tonight.
Oh, okay. I thought you were here with Bart.
Here with Bart and from Marcus too.
You're a busy guy. Well, then we'll call. We'd be happy to see you then on this topic.
Thank you. Been wait for Dave?
No,
Oh. Coming up?
yeah.
All yours.
First on the agenda is. Who would you like to stand?
Sure. Make yourself at home.
Nicholas Brewer, architect, 120 Mill Road, Washington Beach, 4 Marcus and 61 Montrose Highway. Good evening. Board members. I haven't been here on this for a while. But now we're back.
Happy to see you.
So, let me know when you're ready.
We're ready. Let's go.
Okay. I think we've made a couple of changes. Most notably, we identified on our site plan the cross access between Cigarella's next door and to the west and our piece of property. Mr. Stinchi asked if you can just add a couple more parking spots to the lot, and we added those to the north side of the property that you see.
What drawing number are you looking at?
I'm looking at F 101.
Okay.
I think the reason for that, that a different end user that. From that, I received some comments, I think, Fred, the comments were made after I submitted this. With reference to the. Not my comments. Okay. So there were a few comments that I think is still open based on, Juan giving us some additional comments on our site. We'll address, I wasn't gonna bring anything new into. You told me the drawings, throw them out.
I think one thing we'd really like to see is a rendering. Some sort.
Makes people rendering a while after the original design. If I'm not mistaken, we did. If not, we do have a rendering. I can do it. Well, if you want to schedule, but I do have a rendering.
If you could email that to us, that'd be great.
I don't think we have any elevations.
Wow, back please. Yeah. What we done yet?
Those were made by,
Rockwell Design. So I had asked for the CAD file on that, so I could add materials and publish that. But there was
You
a.
don't have to explain it, we have now.
rendering that I gave you guys.
You did, okay, but I'll get that. I'll email it. I'll email it to Megan, so. you can- Is that okay?
Grateful for it.
So then, perhaps with that, once I label those elevations, so I will put them up there. I guess we can get a referral perhaps the.
And if you want to send those in, I mean, I don't have an aversion to trying to get you on the ARB.
I'll just have to add the materials and publish to it.
Is that
we
okay?
do have a render all four sides of the building.
In light of the fact that we likely have them somewhere in our file already.
I don't even submitted those elevations, but I don't remember the minis. There are 4 views of the building.
Ron, is that okay with you that we get him to the ARB with those elevations?
Yeah, they just don't have, we don't have any information on the materials,
Okay,
and I'm not
that's it.
certain that those elevations match the current plans that are nixed. And the question about the apartments is important. Are you seeking a variance for the size of the?
No, we're not gonna seek a variance, so those are the adjustments that I do have to make. He doesn't wanna go for variance.
So if the second floor gets smaller,
Well,
then
second
the
floor,
elevations
yeah,
might
the elevations will
might change.
Slightly, because I think on the rear, elevation, what they designed, is some kind of a dormer pump out, so that's where that second larger apartment is, so the floor apartment's over.
So I don't think that size is gonna change, but yes, they will change size. So I have the capability now that they have gotten their files to be able to change those floors.
Yeah, because one of them's getting 500 square feet smaller, and the other one's about 100, so it's gonna definitely change the.
Yeah. Good plan, but you have some large spaces for the four paddles.
Mhm.
And I couldn't really figure out, because I didn't have the elevation, how that fits with the overall scheme. Now, you know, you eat it, you can't access it. I'd like to see a better explanation.
All right, so maybe what I,
How that space is not used.
we didn't prepare any structural drawings on that, so perhaps that's something that I can deal with Brad on that and just, I'm sure you're gonna wanna see some kind of. Yeah, I know that, I realize that, but we have to make sure it's not having a space, excuse me. There'll be a paint in there that I'm sure that Brad is looking at, because they don't see that have the space there. So, I'll clear that. Okay, I can still, all right,
It looks like it, well,
yeah.
you have the.
All right, so we gotta see you again anyway.
So I'll get to those renderings and I will clarify the elevations of materials on there now that I've got all that. Just received it on my board, so I didn't wanna bring anything new.
Right.
Feeling okay, feeling good. You know, so now I'm gonna cooperate.
Mr. Chairman, I gotta make a, Mr. Chairman, I gotta make a disclosure for the record. In the intervening years between when this started and now, Mr. Stinchi has become a client of my firm's. I do not represent him on any land use matters, but I just wanted to make that disclosure. I don't think it affects my ability to represent you
I'm
guys.
Do anything.
Oh, but I wanted to make that on the record so that there was,
Thank you very much, Council.
okay.
All right, we'll see you again, Nick. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Okay, you wanna stay right there?
You want me to stay right here?
We have a,
One sec. You still have parking wrong on that new one, but it's 1 for 200, B2.
You got enough parts?
Yeah, just.
So we'll have, okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's, happy oyster time.
Happy Oyster time. Nickel Zero, architect, 140 Road for the applicant. Good afternoon again. I believe you have our latest drawing submitted sometime middle of last week. With reference to comments that were made by the engineer all over the corner. Looking to do dumpster enclosure, looking to clarify some of the parking. We're looking to clarify ramp. Requirement, as I just discussed with my client. Switch landscaping, revenge on this cost to candidates, so not much will. I did see a client, and then a comment, I don't know if it's your comments about parking, the bigger, Well, originally we were trying to do parking facing the north of the property, south of the property.
We'll have that, so you can.
But this was the best solution to get the additional parking for, our employees on the north side of the building, so I thought that we had agreed that it was gonna work okay. I mean, is that? Yeah, it's wonderful. We have a full required aisle, right on spot of 18 feet, so.
Back out. I think it's 20
Yeah, he's gonna have to do 4 point retail to get out of there, so, and, you know, if he has a large truck, it's gonna, I get it, I feel it's. Unless you think we should make a curb cut opening a bit wider, just to, but then they're backing out. Sure, they're backing out.
Well, that's what we're going to store. It's gonna be very difficult for them to get out there. And some of them may just back out on the street.
If anybody backs into a spot, they're gonna be blocking the local getting built. Also, so. I think we'll be okay. I know it's not, it's, you know, it's, you're shoehorning a lot of stuff into this, but I know it's not a couple of days, but I hope that. While I'm having a conversation with Ron, I wanna consider not having to do 12-foot light posts on that property, in the front, because we're surrounded by residents. If we, you know, if we look at the corner building that I did, circle, we don't have any lighting back there either. I think that the flow of lighting that's coming from this side, and the fact that we do lighting that's proposed on our building, we still have enough lighting. I think the specs are not that, looking out for everything to be, skylighting, yeah, top skylighting, so I think you have enough lighting. If you look at the property at night, pretty rough. Yeah, street light is just off, to the south of it. If Paul was right there, it's probably about 10 to 15 feet most. No, right, out of here, like, as we put out this week. Well, this might be the same situation, they have so much lighting from the bank. And the bank, we extended the reason shifted, you know, like, that kind of. Me too, and I'll give you the best I can from, you know, from the lighting on the, put it out of the building, so, yeah, I mean, it's easy enough.
Just have to show that the ramps and the.
Yeah, well, I did show that clearly on our lighting. Yeah, we're pretty covered on that. We have, you know, 2 lights in the front, 1 over the ramp, there, 2 on either side of the building, and several in the back of the building. It's enough lighting, we don't want that, you know, Bo is next door, we don't want him to illuminate his backyard, house to the south of us. We don't want to.
Patio that started in the back, it looks like it's oriented to the chimney in the back of the building. That correct, okay.
I mean, other than that, you know, comments that want to address everything. I'm winding down the health department right now. We're gonna go, it's on, I spoke to the reviewer today, there's 3 comments that she asked me to address. If I get them to her by tomorrow, Monday, I'll have to do it, but I'll keep it, I'll take it. Stuff is installed, but then the septic system, so.
I know you don't have a lot of room for foundation plantings, just because you've got patio and wrap, but maybe you could put something, you know, you're taking out that tree that's on the street. Oh, well, you could think about, maybe you could think about putting a tree or 2 in the front.
That's not enough property, we have to do that. That's why we do it. Right? Want to see the bigger plan?
No, I have that tree.
That's the only reason why we do it, because it's not, you know, it's beyond our property. You have the sidewalk that's right there. There's very, very little room to do anything. It's have enough room to get able to do it.
Point well made.
We'd love to do it, but we have no, nothing's gonna go there. Wants to put something on the village property.
People have done that. Very cagey. People have done that. Cagey bureau.
It's a give and take, right?
With the ramp and patio is gonna be painted or is it gonna be?
So it's painted.
We're gonna do something in the river as opposed to some kind of.
Yeah, maybe we can make that less, not a stark white or super dark, something to soften it up.
We're talking about natural gray.
Yeah.
Right. For plastic.
Paint foundation slabs.
Okay, well, how are we progressing with this then?
We're winding this thing down.
Well, you got a couple little things to add into.
Like I said, we're gonna come with it. We just got things to with engineers. so
Yep.
we can address those very easily.
Okay, so we'll have those before the meeting,
Sure.
and I
Yeah,
guess,
just the detail.
Yeah, you want to put the sidewalk details, we can put something just around there. They should know that next door, but so nothing's changed.
And, if you could, if it doesn't get on there, it's fine, just review the accessible railing details for the ramps.
Yeah.
Because again, when it's existing,
Right.
it's existing. When
Right.
you build it new,
Right.
very particular
Okay.
with the handrail
Yep.
on. I hate to see these.
We will get this done. Yeah.
okay, so I guess if you do what you're supposed to, we'll do what we're supposed to. And I guess Megan will let Anthony know. He'll prepare us for the next meeting.
So, get those into Megan by,
Should be by the first, but
yeah, let's do that. We're gonna try to do something.
we put the agenda down.
Hopefully I'll be able to hand you.
You guys understand. That's why we're here.
Okay, one more should do it.
Do we need a,
So, I mean, we're changing, not really doing anything with the building, not 20% change, but the board's okay with no site lighting? We can just do with the building?
Well,
give him what he needs?
yeah, you gave him, or
Yeah.
will give him,
Yes, well, I'll give him the. I'll
dark
give-
sky compliant lighting.
And then we'll put the whole over. Take care of that, so.
As long as it's on there, we shouldn't have an issue, and you'll verify that it's on there before Anthony proceeds with the resolution. So, okay, hopefully next time.
Okay.
Thank you. Are you here for anything else?
Now, like I said, I'm gonna just finalize a couple of those things that we have to do. For, get that post miles today. And hopefully a new one will come in. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
No comment. Okay. Hey, but the biggest house been up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, 136 Old Riverhead Road. Come to the microphone and identify yourself, the microphone. What's your name?
Remigio Rivera.
Coming through.
Thank you.
So we've looked at your proposal. Everybody has the drawing on? Are there any comments from anybody on the board? I mean, this is pretty much a no-brainer. Yeah. Any comments? No.
It's a change less than 20%, so I don't think the ARB is required. Just as long as it's constructed out of a, canvas type material that's rated for commercial, be so close to an exterior door. I think it makes sense for this location, the traffic wasn't by.
The only comment I want to make is maybe add some trim to it, to make it look a little nicer.
Okay.
That's it. But I don't think anybody's got a problem.
Not a problem. We can do that.
Yeah.
Rocco wasn't gonna let that go.
Well,
I
I
can
just
count on
wanted
you,
that.
buddy. Give me a bump.
No, I thought it could be made to look a little nicer.
How are we proceeding with this?
Waive, yeah, we're gonna try to keep a good record, so the first thing you should decide is Are you willing to waive the public hearing? I think the answer is yes.
Yes.
To make the motion,
I need a motion to waive the public hearing.
I make the motion.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
okay.
Now we need a motion to accept the,
We need a written decision on this one? No? Okay.
and need a motion to accept the waiver and advance this application.
I make that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you very much. Lots of
Thank
good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, we're advancing to the North Mall. Just don't know what I'm looking at. Date is. How are you?
Good. Good evening. I was gonna say good afternoon, but past dinner time. So. Well, my wife's dinner. Anthony Portillo, A&P Architecture, 10200 Main Road, Mattatuck. We went to the ARB. I believe there were their comments back. I don't think there was any objection. We provided back comments from Ron, from the engineer. So they can go over. I think the only thing left for us right now from the last meeting was the drainage. The surveyor is actually coming out on Wednesday of next week. We didn't have the spot elevations that we needed. We could talk about it.
The mark out.
The mark out.
The utility mark out.
Do you want to talk about that?
Hi. Tim Summer, PW Grosser Consulting, 630 Johnson Avenue, Bohemia, New York. Yes, so we have the utility mark out coming on Wednesday next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Should be about 12 hours of work, of which my colleague Zeb and I will be present for, coordinating with Bloodhound as the utility mark out company and picking up the existing private and public utility services on the site and collecting the spot elevations per Ron, your comments about the settling dry well structures, picking up those rim elevations and surrounding asphalt areas for reference with raising them back. So you got the, right? Ron got the comment responses from us.
I don't know if I've seen them yet.
They are.
Would you like a hard copy of these, Ron? Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing.
Did you address the lighting specs in that as well?
Yes. All right, that's
So we provided the specs with our submission to ARB. I actually have them here as well, but
Yeah, that might be maybe you submitted to ARB. I don't think we've received anything.
I think that's what it is. You gave me a packet for the ARB, so it just went to the ARB. If you wanted to go to the planning board, you have to submit separate.
another one.
Sorry.
I can submit this if you like, or I could send it to your office. Yeah. But essentially, essentially we have the heads for what we're replacing, and then the shields.
Did you address the dumpster?
We did, yes.
Great, so if you can just get that into our file.
Sure, I must have misunderstood because I thought that the drawings that we provided were given here too. That's fine. We can give you the new
Such
package.
a long letter from the ARB. Gave them too much information.
There's times when I don't give them enough information, and then I shoot myself in the foot. So I've learned. I think ARB, I go a little bit overboard. Yeah, we actually did a rendering of the rear of the building to kind of show you guys what it would look like. But essentially, we're going to keep the dumpsters in where the pads are. We're either going to replace or repair the fences in kind, essentially, three-sided. So we're kind of going back to what it was. So that's our plan.
Those ones that are currently in that corridor.
In the view, yeah.
Yeah, so we'd also take them, the existing ones that are within the, the footprint of the parking lot and move them back to where they belong in the three walled enclosures. So.
Okay, so, I just want to say into the record again, we're redoing the parking lot, right?
Correct, the mill in place. So to match existing grades. And striping and seal coating. So
I just want to make sure we're not doing a patch job and we're resurfacing the entire parking lot.
the entire lot is the planning boards. You'd like to see that, the entire
We
lot?
want to see-
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yes, we will relay that to our client. Well, yes, we,
You were at the last
the ARB meeting.
This,
Yes, I was.
Basically what's where I think the confusion here is, the front of the building is gonna get a little more addressed than the rear of the building because it needs a little more work, because we're gonna be kind of picking up and putting in the new drainage.
addressed as opposed to we're redoing.
Oh, no, the parking lot's being, yes. We'll make sure that they understand. I think that the front is going to actually be a little more work than what the back's going to be, but I understand what you're saying, and that is the plan too. We'll repave the parking lot.
That's what I wanted to
I
hear.
will make sure it's on the drawings, and that's what we will do. 100%. I guess what I'm saying is that at the front, we're gonna have to probably break a lot of the parking lot up to get to do some of the work we're doing.
Work, there's no question.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got different elevations that you're addressing.
Right.
So
Right.
But that being said, I just want it to be clear in the record.
Got it. Loud and
I'm
clear.
not asking you to redo the back parking lot.
Understood.
I'm asking you to make sure that that front parking lot is resurfaced.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I guess in my opinion, I'll just say this for the record too, is that the rear really it hasn't been trashed as much as the front. It's like, it's in decent shape, but we are planning on paving.
Any other comments? Well, I guess we're advancing, so you owe us a little bit, and then
Sure.
perhaps on the next meeting, we can,
And I apologize for my misinterpretation. I thought I would have provided this for this meeting because we have everything completed. I mean, except for the surveying part that we haven't done yet. So. But yeah, that package was provided, and I thought it was making its way to you guys. But I'll make sure that you guys get what you need.
Parking lot is important.
100%.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll just say this on a
I just-
personal level. I
you
live
know,
right
we-
by there, and
I think what the chairman's concerned about is a Band-Aid approach just for a
yeah,
patch of area, and we don't want to see that. We
100%.
wanna see
I'm
the
speaking for my
entire
client.
Parking lot done, lined, disabled parking.
I think
so
your
forth.
client was on board.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I
No, they are.
recall.
They are. Yeah, yeah. And there's some septic work that's being done as well. So yes, most of the parking lot is basically going to get pretty beat up, but yes, we will make sure that's on the drawing address.
So Rocco, you're in favor of doing the parking lot. Is that a correct statement?
Yeah, I was my understanding was we were redoing the front of the building. I didn't know that, I missed that meeting because I was putting, that we're doing the entire parking lot. That,
Entire front parking lot is going to be resurfaced.
yeah, the entire front. But I'm hearing we're gonna redo the entire parking lot all around. That's, I just wanna make sure that we're just doing the front.
Front parking lot.
Well, so this is what we had on for the shaded areas being filled. And then those other areas, we were just gonna silk. Yeah. That's what we were.
spots do you know?
167. 167. Yep.
And how many disabled parking spots within that?
is 9. No. Excuse me. We have the parking calculations here on this sheet, so let's get this right. 12. 12 stalls for ADA vans. Yeah. So it resembles an E shape with the mill and pave for the entirety of the front of the buildings, and then the 3 view corridors.
The public will like that.
Yeah. It's anxious. Yeah.
Apologies for that. Yeah. Apologies for the confusion, but yeah, so it would resemble an E.
Thank you. Okay, we'll expect your submission and we'll all. How are we with this? There's no, we did ARB, I guess if,
We specifically said we were not doing a public hearing at the last
right.
work session.
So then, once he submits the drawings that should have come here from ARB. that
It's
depict-
Ron, when Ron signs off on what he'd like to see, then we're done, I think.
Okay, so maybe you and Ron could coordinate so that we could have a resolution for the next meeting, is that feasible?
I think it'll depend on how soon the plans
Yeah.
come in.
Do you have this, did Darcy email on you?
Yeah, I believe everything was submitted through email and copy.
They took them?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we can, I mean, we'll drop the only thing, again, I think that's gonna be missing is that we need to get that done, so that might be a week after or so, right after.
So we're gonna collect the utility mark out next week and the spot elevations next week and get those on the plan, so.
Probably need another week on after you actually, whatever, the following week. So
Yeah,
I think we'll
early
be in a
next
few weeks before, a couple weeks before the next hearing. The
Well,
hearing
hearing
says-
Our
2
meetings are a couple of weeks.
Oh, I
apart.
apologize. I thought it was I thought it was the last Thursday or something.
There's 2 each
Oh,
month,
I
and so the
apologize.
next
I
one is,
thought ARB was, so I hear you. You might not make that one then, I don't think.
If you can, and if you can get this submission that you already have in the other file, if you can get that in by Monday, we'll keep you on the 24th. And I'm sorry, the 10th. We'll give you some leeway if the spot elevations come in and you just get it,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
a couple days before the meeting. You already have your spot on the agenda.
But you have to have everything else but the spot elevations.
Yeah. I can have that in. Yeah,
Coordinate.
all right, no problem. Thank you very much.
And you'll coordinate with Anthony, so he's.
I get all the credit, but Britton's been working on the decisions too, so.
Oh,
I'll take the credit for it.
If we're satisfied by the submission, whenever we get to review it, we could potentially put on resolution, discussion or resolution.
for the 10th.
If all the stars align.
That's where we go.
All right. We'll
Thank
get,
you very
we're good.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
You don't have anything to add to this?
Well, he added, he just made me address it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, we have minutes to approve. I need a motion to accept the minutes of March 13th.
Make a motion.
Favor? Aye. And we need consulting. From our consultant.
10th is looking like a lot of repeat people, 55, 55, 3 new fill applications. We are gonna see Pine Barn, which is downstairs, so you should grab a copy of that. So full scope. Guys again, Quonic, and maybe Happy Oyster.
That sounds threatening. I need a motion to close.
I make the motion.
All in favor? Aye.